Welcome, everybody. How are you? How are you doing? Well, I don't care. Welcome, everybody, again. Casting for Two podcast, episode number 43. Just a little quick announcement. Not an announcement, just, check out on my Twitter page at Casting for Two, or even my own personal page at Mr. CMH. Today, I got a good episode for you. I always say I have a good episode for you, and I always mean it. So, this isn't any different from any other episode other than the guest. I was talking with a friend, and I said, wouldn't it be funny if Casting for Two podcast with Chris Hernandez had a totally different host every week? Not just me. That would be great. I would love that. But anyway, I'm going off topic. My guest today is, he's an actor who has his own workshop where he teaches a lot of, up-and-coming actors or people who just want to know more about the craft. His name's Aaron McPherson. And he is in the new movie, A Million Ways to Die in the West, which is out today. And as soon as I'm done uploading this, I'm going to go see it. So as soon as I get my internet back, basically, I'm playing the waiting game. But I had a great conversation with him. As usual, I try to pitch stuff to my guests, and they just go on board with it 100%, which is what I love. But we talked all about acting. I'm very fascinated with getting into character, as you guys know. But you know what? I'm tired of talking. Let's get into this episode. Sit back, relax, and listen to me talk to Aaron. And Chris, cue the music, please.
Hello.
Hello, Aaron.
Hey, Chris.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Just kind of chilling, enjoying the weather. I hope I'm not catching you at a bad time or anything like that.
No. I'm expecting your call.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, one of the, groups of people I'm very interested is, people in the entertainment industry, actors, directors, writers, all of that. So, I mean, the first question I ask people is, when did they, catch that bug? In your case, it would be the acting bug.
The acting bug. Well, for me, it was a little bit different. I was kind of an athlete, or I was definitely an athlete as a kid, and the neighborhood I grew up in was not really artistic per se, mm-hmm. But I always had an eye for it, and I always kind of knew I wanted to do it, but it was more of a matter of getting away from home and then venturing out on my own. So I played sports through high school and college, and then when I went to college, I broke my thumb in baseball, and I saw an opportunity to start acting for extra credit. I had a class where a GE I was taking, and for extra credit you could put up a scene, and so I decided, well, this is now or never, and I jumped in and put up a scene, and after that I was off to the races because I had such a thrill doing it. And acting and sports are a lot alike. It's that thrill of performing and being in the game and part of a team, and so it had all those things, plus it was artistic, so it was just a great fit for me.
Mm-hmm. And were your parents into acting, or were they more the sports people?
Well, neither, actually. My mother worked at Stanford, and she's more of a scientist. Oh. And my father passed away when I was 4 from suicide, so I didn't really know him, but the street I grew up on was all about sports and whatnot. But I think my mom always appreciated theater and film, and we saw a lot growing up. And I think also with my father passing away, it gave me kind of an outlet to let all that stuff out and use it for art instead of holding me back. So, you know, yeah.
So there wasn't any pressure growing up to be a scientist or anything like that?
No. Oh, no. Mom was much more concerned with our happiness and doing something we're really passionate about, which I think was really smart, because that's the only reason that, I got here. I am where I am today is because I found something I love to do. And, you said 10,000 hours, you just put in the time, and if you love it, it doesn't always seem like work. They complement each other,
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been acting since college, and then I went to Cal Arts for grad school, and then came out to LA and started studying with a few different people, but the main person was Larry Moss, and he's the one that got me into coaching also. So I not only act, I coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm what's great about that is that I'm completely independent. I don't need them, whoever them is, to give me a yes to go do my work. I can go do my work anytime, anywhere, and pick up a script and start working on it and coach people and then go act myself. So that keeps me pretty honest, as an actor. The coaches also, Larry did that too, coming up, and, Uta Hagen and a few other acting coaches acted and coached. And I think it's a good balance, because you realize what it costs to be an actor. It's not easy to be a coach either, but it's a different challenge. And I don't ever want to get hardened to the fact of just how much risk there is in acting. So, you can tell somebody you need to do this, this, and this, but then when the tables get turned, you realize how hard it is to do this, this, and this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a great balance. Yeah.
Okay. And you have you're talking about how you teach. You have your own acting school, correct?
Yeah, I have my own studio, and I private coach people for movies and TV and auditions, and then I also do classes when I'm free around all over actually now. I travel and do them and whatnot, but so I coach people, and then I also act. And this movie that's coming out now, A Million Ways to Die in the West, I was Seth MacFarlane's acting coach, but then I'm also in the movie with him. I play Ben, one of the bad guys with Liam Neeson.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a great, it was a happy marriage, and had a great time, and got to go out and play cowboy, and it was just terrific,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
No, that's cool. I always, the one thing that always fascinates me about actors is that is getting into a certain type of character. Just like I'll watch, a horror movie, and somebody's possessed. How does one person be like, oh well, besides doing research, how do I convey that I'm possessed by some demon, whatever? And that stuff blows my mind, because I could never get into that headspace, and also getting out of it must be kind of exhausting as well.
Well, to answer your question, honestly, I think there's many roads to Rome. What triggers one person might not trigger the other, and that's just really knowing yourself. And but I would say, finding the right as if, for you, it's as if, spiders are crawling up your back, or it's as if, that, I have a fever and this is what I look like. You find something that fires your imagination and that you can commit to and hang your hat on. And then from there, it's a matter of layering, how does this person walk? How does this person talk?
Mm-hmm.
How do they move through the world? How do they dress? It's just choice. and you're whittling down, much like a sculptor would, and creating something into a form that you've chosen. And, there's a lot of it's imagination, a lot of it's as ifs, some substitution, and it's just a matter of getting to work and making clear choices that help define the character for the audience. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, what did you say was the second part? Oh, how to let it go?
Yeah. How do you just, at the end of the day, you can just become yourself and get out of this character.
Yeah. Well, some characters are fun to live with for a while, and some, you want to shake off, and it's not as easy to shake off. And it depends on, also like the way you work the best. Someone like Daniel Day-Lewis likes to stay in character, and that's how he keeps himself in the right headspace. Whereas other people, like I've heard Kenneth Branagh, he's just, he'll be having his cup of tea, reading the newspaper, and they'll say, "We're ready for you," and he'd go out and, do Hamlet, do a take, and then come back and pick up his cup of tea and start again. It's that old story about Olivier and Dustin Hoffman doing Marathon Man, that movie, and Hoffman's been staying up for 3 days, staying in character, trying to look like he's been tortured, and Olivier's saying, "What's wrong, dear man?" And he tells him, I've been staying up 3 days, and Olivier goes, "My dear boy, why don't you just try acting?" So there's different approaches, and I can't say one's better than another for somebody else, as long as it doesn't mess with your personal life,
Yeah.
So, but I've done a bit of both at times, and it's fun. It's fun to live in the character for a bit, especially if it's the character that you enjoy playing. So,
is there a character that you were playing or you created that was just it was you didn't want to see that character go? It was kind of hard giving that guy up.
Yeah, there's been a few actually, but one that stands out is I did Eddie in Fool for Love by Sam Shepard, which is a great play, and so I kind of played this broken down cowboy that's also works in movies and stunts, and he falls in love with this countess, this actress, and he's also married, or not married, but he's in a love affair with this woman, and you find out later it's his half sister, and
that old story.
Yeah, that old yarn. But I loved playing Eddie because Eddie was so manipulative, but he's a little boy, but also very man and macho. And I got to rope on stage and bang the walls and drink tequila and just create a ruckus. So I loved playing Eddie. That was a blast.
Mm-hmm. So, I did, and this isn't any big scope or anything. It was just for fun. But I had the chance to do a web series, and the characters were based off us, and I was in it. But I thought it'd be funnier if I wasn't playing me. It was a more outspoken, hilarious me. And for some people, or
a drunken you.
Yeah, basically, I was having fun, all that good stuff. For some reason, people thought it was. They kept saying, "Oh, which character would you like to be?" I like to be Chris because he's the same. And I go, "But I'm kind of not that guy. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not that funny. I'm just having fun,
Yeah.
So I'm. The point is, I'm just really boring, and I want that guy to come back.
You're right. Well, there are lots of actors that are De Niro's pretty shy in his personal life, but when he gets a character, it's kind of a mask, right?
Right.
And it frees him up to be different versions of himself. I think we all have we have sub personalities, Even when I was playing Eddie, I wasn't that womanizer, but I could definitely find that in me to play. And I think that's why actors a lot of times, they play a role for that's part of the trap of TV. You play a role for a long time, and then you are that guy. And you're like, there's many different sides to me. That just happens to be a character I played for a long time. And it can be hard for people to shake that or to accept the actor as something else.
Right. No, that definitely makes a lot of sense. But just get. I'm very because I'm very interested in a lot of voiceover work and stuff like that. Just I like cartoons. I just love all that because people just recognize your voice and it's less obviously it's less your face, but it's all performance driven and just getting into that character. Getting into some sort of character just really interests me. I think it's very fascinating what you have to do and what goes on in your mind to try to accomplish that. So
yeah, well, if you have the drive to do it, you should do it. You do have a very particular voice, and if you have the drive to do it, you should definitely do it. And cartoons that again, that's a mask.
Right.
You've created a character, and then now you can be. I mean, think about how outrageous animation is.
Right.
And look at Seth, Family Guy. I mean, the stuff he says on there, you would never get away if you're doing live action.
Right.
So it creates a mask that we accept.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna pitch you a cartoon. Okay, I just want to see if you would watch it. Because I've been talking to my buddies. And I want to do a cartoon about a dinosaur in the 80s. This is all obviously an alternate time dimension, but a dinosaur in the 80s gets sent back into the future or our timeline, and all he wants to do is party. That's it. That's the show right there. That's it.
Well, I have 2 little kids, and I'm sure they would watch it. I mean, some of the shows my kids watch, I'm like, how does I sit down with them? I'm like, how does this cartoon work? I mean, what's the storyline here? And to them, it makes perfect sense, and then it sort of makes sense to me when they explain it to me. But I mean, you write good characters, and you get something that's interesting. People will watch.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, that's all I need. I'm gonna go start this right now.
All right, excellent. I get 10%.
I'm gonna absolutely. I'm gonna go learn animation real quick. Should take me 5 minutes.
Awesome, man.
But I'd like to talk to you about A Million Ways to Die in the West. You brought it up.
Okay.
Yeah. So this combines, a lot of my favorite things, but westerns. I mean, westerns are very. I don't know, very America. Everybody.
Sure, yeah.
Everybody wants to be a cool gun wielding guy, and of course, Seth MacFarlane brings his comedy, which is great.
Right.
What was it like? Getting to work on this kind of. It's because all I've seen is the trailer so far because the movie's not out yet. But it's Western, but like a modern take on a Western. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it's a good question. What you're picking up on is that Seth created a real Western, a real traditional Western, and that's what I'm part of. I'm in the gang with Liam Neeson. I play Ben. We're part of the bad guys. And we're very realistic. And then he's created this kind of, and the town is and everything. And then he's created, he and Giovanni and Sarah Silverman and Neil Patrick Harrison run around, and they're more, they poke fun at the rest of us. So they're more contemporary, right?
Right.
And it's a really interesting thing what Seth did. He blended the 2 worlds. And so in a way, it's like he's updated the Western, but yet he still has a lot of the traditional aspects of a Western still in the movie. So it delivers on 2 levels, I think. And it was a blast. It was, one of the 3 bucket list movies that I've wanted to be a part of, a Western, a baseball movie, and a space movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was funny because I was watching just it was a movie trailer, and it was a scene where there was just a quick cameo from Christopher Lloyd.
Yep,
And
that was a great moment. We had the premiere last night, and the audience went crazy.
Oh, man.
They went crazy. They loved it. And Christopher Lloyd was a real gentleman, and just so fun. It couldn't have been easier to work with, and it's a great surprise in the movie. And it is hilarious, too. And Seth loves those movies, In fact, I think that might have been even he might have even owned that DeLorean that he's working on. So.
Oh wow! It just made me think because I was thinking about that after I got out of the movie, and I was thinking about the trailer. Like this could totally be in. I haven't seen the movie, of course, but this could totally be into the Back to the Future mythos for sure.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
so basically, you guys could have, or Seth's character. I don't know. I don't want to tell him how to write his own movie, but I mean, they
Yeah.
could have been dropped off in the DeLorean. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
connected. But did you have to do any training for the movie, whether it was lassoing, horseback riding, gunslinging?
Yeah, actually, they brought us out a couple weeks early, and we went to cowboy camp, and we went. We had armory training, 6-gun training, and then I already rode a bit myself on horses, but not to that extent, and so we were riding horses, shooting guns, and roping, and they taught us quite a bit, which was fantastic. To get to do that in a movie and also just soak that stuff up.
Mm-hmm. Right on, right on. So, like I said, I'm very excited to see this movie, but for my listeners out there who would like to stalk you online, where can they do that?
Oh, okay. Well, for my studio, it's Aaron, Aaron, Aaron at AaronMcPhersonStudio.com.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a website there, and then, of course, you can check out the IMDb page for the acting stuff. But no stalkers, just interested people.
Okay. No, okay, so stalkers need not apply. Just people who like acting, go ahead.
Yep. There you go.
All right. And any exciting projects coming up that you can talk about?
Yeah. I just did another movie actually in Santa Fe called Outlaw Prophet, the Warren Jeff story, and with Tony Goldwyn, and that's going to be coming out in a bit. And then I'm prepping for a play called In a Dark Dark House by Neil LaBute, and my mentor Larry Moss is directing that. It's going to be at the Matrix Theater in LA, July 19th. So come on out.
Come on out, get your tickets, and camp out.
There you go.
But Aaron, I had a great time chatting with you about characters, and for sure I'll just send you the 80s T-Rex checks in the mail, so expect like a ton of them, like in the millions, okay? Low millions at least, so.
Awesome.
So
well, it was a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, no, pleasure was all mine, and anytime you want to come on and chat, just let me know.
Absolutely.
All right, you have a good one, okay?
All right, enjoy the movie.
All right, will do. Bye-bye. Hey guys, just a quick reminder, you can always catch up with these episodes on castingfor2.com. You can also follow me at Twitter @castingfor2 or send me an email at castingfor2@gmail.com.